Finger-pointing in Europe's battle to manage the debt crisis repeatedly raises questions of capacity and discipline in Euro states and others. Romania still has its own currency. It joined the EU the latest, with Bulgaria in 2007 after joining NATO. Economically poor, it is challenged to meet standards. Finland and the Netherlands feel it's still too early for Romania to play its part in the Schengen open borders area. Euronews asks Foreign Minister Teodor Baconschi about key matters for Romania today. Even though Romania is not a member of the euro, is the currency zone crisis having consequences in your country?
Certainly, there has been a negative impact. GDP has contracted as industrial production has fallen in the past 2 years. But thanks to steps taken by the current government in Bucharest, we have stabilized things from a macroeconomic point of view. Inflation is under control. It is already certain we have modest growth this year, with a more optimistic outlook for next year.
And can you tell me, has the crisis changed the relationship between the members of the Eurozone and other members of the EU?
Și statele care nu fac parte din zona euro?
There is quite a big risk that we will see a two-speed Europe of core Eurozone countries and peripheral ones, and we are concerned. We need to avoid fracturing Europe along the imaginary border of the Eurozone. We need solidarity, cohesive policy that can lessen the gap between the new members to end up with convergence and an enlargement policy that doesn't end.
What obstacles have appeared in recent months that stopped your country from joining the Schengen area?
Except for 2 countries, everybody is in favor of this enlargement. We have been working with, and continue to work with, the 2 skeptics to persuade them that all our arguments are solid, that this is a responsible state, that we have the technical capacity and the political will to guard ourselves while guarding the common borders of the Union.
When does Romania hope to enter the Schengen area?
We hope to get out of the impasse next year.
How would you describe the role of your country in this new political and geographical context? Does Romania have a certain role to play?
Given the dimensions of the territory, the country's resources, and its geopolitical situation, I think that Romania's vocation is in effect to anchor Eastern Europe, while guaranteeing the stability of candidate countries and countries associated with the European Union, the predictability of our eastern neighborhood.
What are Romania's relations with Russia?
I would say they are getting better. There is an openness on both sides, and also a responsibility that is not only circumstantial. In the old days, we had good relations. There weren't only disputes. Therefore, we need to envisage, in a responsible way, on the basis of mutual interests, a common future in the region.
What do you think about the Arab Spring?
It is a historic phenomenon, comparable within certain limits with what happened in Eastern Europe with the fall of the communist bloc. It is a fantastic aspiration towards freedom, fundamentally. I think that the European Union must become much more active, get involved much more. The day after these revolutions, we saw the happy case of Tunisia, which went on to hold nearly impeccable elections, whose purpose is to build a functional democracy.
Care sunt accentele pe care dumneavoastră
What are your foremost concerns for Romania's foreign affairs?
în politica externă a României?
We have stable priorities. Keeping our transatlantic link lively is essential. Also, the dialogue between the European Union and NATO, the strategic partnership with the USA, keeping possible problems with our neighbors to a minimum, a constructive role, a positive projection of democratic values in the EU's eastern neighborhood. It's a very active role in terms of thinking and action where the continent's energy security is concerned. We also have this Black Sea opening, and we conceived and pushed for the adoption of this European Union strategy for the Danube River region, which began with Austria and Romania, and will in the end map out a macroeconomic region in Central Europe, which is extremely important among the new members and the founding members.
Domnule ministru, vă mulțumim pentru acest interviu.
Merci beaucoup pour cet entretien.